The Certificate in E-Learning Instructional Design is an 8-month program, and it has 3 courses and a practicum.
The assignments we build are directly designed to be applicable for students. We talk about theory and whatnot, but certainly there's that practical application piece is kind of the big push.
The students really come out of this course being able to demonstrate that they know how to do it and feeling confident that they can. The first course is focused on e-learning analysis and design. So that course takes you through the principles of adult learning and the fundamentals of instructional design. After that, we build out a design doc for our proposed project for the practicum.
The next course really dives into the different tools that are out there, and so we do a really fun job at exploring things like Articulate, as well as different whiteboard and animation tools, as well as virtual reality and artificial intelligence. And then by the third course, we're really diving into assessment strategies. That course runs at the same time as the practicum course, and so students get to actually build some sort of e-learning project that they can use for work or outside of work, or it's about one of their interests.
So at the end of the course, the students end up with a portfolio that demonstrates their skills throughout the design process. Everything from being able to learn how to ask the right questions as you're analyzing student need, to building out project management skills, working with subject matter experts.
One of the most important skills is coming up with actual measurable learning objectives, and how do you go about moving from that to different assessments that can kind of tie back to what those learning objectives were. They develop a whole host of maybe the more technical side of things, but also a lot of those sort of soft skills like communication, stakeholder management. So it's changing quite a bit as different tools come out, but certainly those like Articulate and Storyboard This is one we use a lot. Whiteboard animation programs and virtual reality. We play around with Google Forms and Google Sheets for different assessment strategies, as well as games like Kahoot, which is kind of fun for folks.
WordPress for building their portfolio, Canva. There's so many tools that we go through.
The biggest thing is AI, and that's been integrated into our program, certainly in the first 2 courses, and I'm looking to do it in the third course as well.
It's probably about a 50-50 split where we have students who are building for some sort of formal education, whether it's continuing ed or whatever, but also people who are building those professional skills trainings. We do cater to both.
We do a lot of talk, especially in the first course, about morals to do with AI. And ethical considerations to take into thought when you're actually trying to use it.
The students do get to learn about VR, and some of the students actually dive deep into VR as a part of their practicum projects.
All of the instructors, we've been in the space for a long time, and some of us come from the industry side of things, but also a few of us come from that more academic side of things, and so it's kind of a nice blend of the two.
Our advisory board is a very dedicated group of people. They are all professionals in instructional design, and they take part in the program throughout to talk about their experience in e-learning or what they look for in an instructional designer when they're hiring or interviewing.
Certainly instructional designer, that's kind of the big push. Also roles like curriculum specialist or instruction specialist, instructional coach is a big one. There's a huge demand, I'd say, for folks who can kind of work in that e-learning space really, really well. And again, not just folks who know how to use the different tools, but who are able to have those sort of soft skills to communicate different needs and work with different audiences and things like that.
I have seen so many students come to me later on and tell me that they've gotten a role at Amazon, at Microsoft, at some of these really great companies or startup companies or nonprofits, and they're just so excited that they were able to come out of this program and were ready to go market themselves as instructional designers.